there's like a little seashell. Down by the seashore.
Is there one in the bathroom? Everybody just got my baby.
Daniela.
We're doing a scavenger hunt with your baby.
Daniela, where is a seashell in your house? Where does your mom?
Casey, what are our
You're not
boundaries?
supposed to use them. Why not?
Seashells.
It's illegal. She knows where the seashells are in here. It's illegal.
Seashell.
They're having somewhere.
Summer, did you get a bear, a doll?
I got it.
Oh.
Where's my partner? Got it. Come on. I think we got it.
Me and Brian got it all. Hey, and you try to bring that conversation outside of that event. So like if I go in, it's not a program, is it? See, the difference in this is what Casey was talking about. Like if I say, let's go back to the 70s before it was trying to impress people with technology, when people had phones but no call waiting, and had phones but no answer machines. Is that you really had to work harder to catch people, because now it's so easy to catch people that you don't really catch people. Because it's so easy, you think, well, I'll do it next time, or I'll do it later. And so like when it comes up on Fourth Sunday Feast or First Wednesday, so my job at that point is not to be there. My role as a leader at that point is to be sticky. And what does sticky look like? Sticky looks like I try to find a way to connect with that person outside of the First Wednesday or the home team. So it's okay to have the database have somebody's phone number or whatever, or Facebook, but if I just simply make a little note and I'm the one who say I'm gonna say hello to you. Now here's a problem. Here's a problem with this. Most people who are sticky, who are naturally sticky, who don't have to think about being sticky, are unstable. Most people in the world that you'll meet, because they're not sticky because they want to give, they're sticky because they're needy. Does that make sense?
What do you mean sticky? What do you mean by
Well, like, hey, they're the person who says they do call you. Does that make sense? They do connect with you. They do hit you up on Facebook. They are willing to take that step beyond the relationship. When I'm talking about sticky, I'm talking about like really a new friend that you actually treat like a friend, instead of a new person that you treat like this new person at my church. And so when most people who are naturally sticky are doing it because they're needy and unstable. And so those people are not what you build. That's not what you build church leadership out of. Church leadership is built out of the people who are sticky because they want to, they decide to, not because they have a neediness to do it. Does that make sense?
Genuine.
Yeah. And it can be genuine for the needy person, but it's genuinely needy. Yeah. And so it's generally like. And so what happens is the fly-by-night people who are here for maybe 3 or 4 months will be more sticky than you, because they're more needy than you. And then they become like really highly connective. They talk about people knowing 3 people's names. They'll know this other person's name who's not really a long-term person, who's not going to be here a long time, who hasn't been here, is not going to be here, because unstable people keep moving, don't they? They keep moving. But a new person will know that person and who they are, because that person's out there trying to make connections because they're needy for connections. But when I make connections out of not a neediness, but out of giving, I'd rather talk to Brian, but I'm going to talk to this person. I'd rather sit at the table with Brian, but I'm going to walk over here and sit at the table with this person. When I do that and everybody does it, it's so powerful. And so this coming up, this Fourth Sunday Feast, we're not doing it to eat. We're doing it to make an acquaintance-making place. The purpose of it is not eating. The purpose of it is, did you find somebody's name? Did you find somebody's phone number? Are you and I gonna make a connection? So there's one way to invite somebody to your small group. Hey, we'd love to have you come. The other way to invite somebody to a small group is, I've been thinking about it, and I think you'd be perfect to come. Can you come Wednesday night? Or can you come Sunday night? Or can you come Thursday morning? And you wait for that. So that mindset of I knew their name, so I'm good, check. For some of us, it'll put us there. And so it's great to have, we probably should. But it's okay to not know a name. It is, it's like, remember the person even if you don't remember the name. It's okay.
Well, one thing that I
And it's even okay not to remember the person. Be an idiot. Be weird. Be like, I'm so sorry. I know I met you, but like, let's do it again. It's okay to be like dumb, because then they feel smart, and they like that.
Or you can mention your name again. It's like, hey, my name is Oscar. It's like, oh yeah, my name is so and so, and that's how you get their name back.
Yeah. First, you get awkward before you get comfortable again. Like every first date is awkward. Every first date, a new job is kind of awkward. So, I always call awkwardness kind of like the stink in the room, like somebody let one. And you want to do this, but you can't. Yeah. And so you turn in, but the only thing you can do is you got a job to do, so you turn into the air bubble and you walk into the bubble. That's the awkwardness. A few seconds later, you won't smell it anymore. I know that might not be attractive to anybody here. I'm very sorry. But the guys, you get it, right? You get it. You get it. You can complain about the stink, but you don't run away from the stink. That's the awkwardness. You turn. Unless I turn into the awkwardness, I can't learn. I can't grow. Let's use Nancy's, okay? Let's use this cricket. How do you spell it again?
CRICUT.
Who is that on this video over here?
It's a video.
Oh, okay. You know what cricket is, let me know. So, okay. So how about you, Laura? Did you know about cricket?
No, she went to sleep. Not at all.
Okay, so cricket. The roaches. All right. So, okay, so this is applicable with any and every skill, especially cricket. So if I'm going to go to Nancy and I'm going to learn cricket from her, okay, there's a lot of bad ways for me to learn it, because like I'm probably not. It's perfect for me because I'm probably like, you have to go a long way to get me to want to learn it. And then you're going to have to go a long way to help me to learn it. I'm really bad at stuff like that. Like, I typically do everything but what's in the instructions and how to do it. But, so if Nancy's going to teach me that, what's the first thing that's going to happen? If I'm going to learn from Nancy, what's the first thing that's going to happen?
Got to motivate that person.
Meet up.
Yeah. Got to meet up. Yeah. Yeah. So there's one-on-one contact. So recruiting of new leaders don't happen by announcement. They don't happen by announcement. If you do get new leaders by announcement, you got the wrong people. Wrong people. Because that means you get kind of anything and everything, and then you got to turn somebody down, and it's weird. It's like fishing by announcement. You don't go out to the lake and say, "Hey fish, I am here to fish. Come fish, come fish." No, it's you have bait and you have hooks and you have those things. So I'm not talking about salesmanship here. I'm talking about just the overall thing of learning. So if I'm interested in cricket, what's the first thing I'm going to meet up with her? But then what's going to happen after that?
Is that when the motivation comes?
No, just get motivation. I'm already motivated. So keep going.
Motivated.
Keep going. What happens? What's the first thing that's going to happen? She's going to show me. Perfect word right there. Show me. So this is the first step, and this is true in, like, if you break every training in the world down, it has these 4 parts. There's no part of training that ever happens anywhere that doesn't have it. It's effective training that doesn't have these 4 parts. Especially one-on-one training. It's military. It's discipleship in the church. It all has these 4 parts. First thing happens is Nancy crickets. Is that right?
Right.
Nancy crickets, and I watch. When you're inviting someone into leadership growth, you're inviting them. The first thing you're inviting them to do is to watch you. The first thing you're inviting them to do is watch you. Feels weird, doesn't it? Like, just watch me. But adults learn by attentive observation. They're smart people. You don't want the person who can't learn some things by watching. I mean, you want them, but they're going to be real slow. They're going to be real slow. The first thing you're inviting them to do, if you have an assistant coach in your small group, you're inviting them to pay attention a lot. The very first thing you do, and to watch you lead. All right. So, what's the next thing? So, if we're going to do cricket together, what's the next thing that's going to happen?
Do it together.
Yeah, do it together. So Nancy's going to do a little bit of it. I'm going to cricket a little bit. She's going to hand me one little piece in the cricket, and she's going to let me cut a little bit. Is there cutting involved?
Yes.
I'm going to have to get
No, the machine does it, but
okay. She's going to let me do a little. Is she going to let me do all of it?
No.
You know what I've seen so many times in church? They'll say, well, so-and-so's probably a good leader. We'll let him lead next time. You're just like, not only is it bad for that person, but it's also like that person, if you skip levels, which I'm bad at skipping levels, I've learned this, but if you skip levels, that person is always going to be short-lived in leadership. Because they just feel so weird.
You have to do it gradually.
Yeah. A lady, last year, I jumped levels with somebody. Like, great person, but I knew there was probably some unsettledness going on during that time period in their life. Want them to stick around. I probably shouldn't have jumped levels. Yeah, but sometimes you just know that there's a fleeting thing. It's possible that if I wouldn't have jumped levels that day, that she might be still around. Because she might have felt less likely she was going to perform for us and more like she was going to participate with us. There's no secret key to turn everybody's life, to make it where they're going to do what you want them to do or even what God wants them to do. Sometimes people are just not stable during this season of their life. And so the next thing is, of course, if I'm going to do it, Nancy's going to watch me. Now, that person might feel micromanaged during that time. Sorry. Watch this. It's okay. It is okay for people to feel micromanaged when you're handing over to them a responsibility in the household of God. Especially when it is new to them. Like, when it's new to them. That lets them know, like, number one, you're teaching them how for them to train somebody. And if you're here already and you're a leader in this church, there's nobody better than you. There's nobody out there that can do what you're doing at Rivertown Church better than you. Don't ever start thinking that, I need to let them do it because they're... The biggest mistake we all make is training people and releasing them too quickly. And what's the last one?
Praise, encouragement.
Yeah. So you let them do it, and you go find someone else to train. So let's rehearse what's the four phases of recruiting. Number one, you do it and they watch. You're already recruiting people because all you got to do is figure out who's watching you. Isn't that good? Mm-hmm. Already fair. So somebody watching you already. You don't recruit the person who's not watching. You recruit the one who is, because they're already doing something. So you do it and they watch. The next one, you do it together. The third, they do it and you watch. And the fourth, you release them and you go find someone else to train. And now, the only negative with that is we like to stick with people we know. We want to just stay. And sometimes maybe you should. I think that for a good small group leader, it takes from 9 months to a year for that person.